Okay.
Good morning, everyone. This is Reverend Dr. Ayanlowo Bamidele, the General Overseer of Divine Life Ministries, also known as Holy Ghost Assembly, with headquarters presently in Shagamu. By the grace of God, we are involved in planting of churches, organizing crusades, and we're also actively involved in education. Involvement with education is like a means to an end. Just like you learnt about the missionary schools of old, there are people that you cannot reach directly by inviting them to church, or that you cannot reach by just crusades, but everybody needs education. And so, through education, we see it as a means of passing across the gospel of Jesus Christ. So that is the reason behind coming up with schools, having schools. And we started with the primary school year 2001, September. And by the grace of God, the school has produced a number of sets, a number of students that are doing well in the society. So we use the education as a means of passing across the gospel of Christ, the word of God, so that you can produce children that are morally upright with the fear of God, so that the leaders of tomorrow will not be full of corruption, but there will be people that will help the society. And later on, the secondary school, Divine Life College, started September 2006. And by the grace of God, the college has also produced many people, doctors, lawyers, engineers, and many others that have passed out and are currently in practice. So these are the things that have come up before the issue of ZOE University came up. First of all, as people of God and as a man of God, we don't do anything just for doing it. We start off by hearing from God. We need to hear from God. But so I want to say that on this matter, it is not like a copy of other schools or of other ministries and churches having universities. And even by financial capacity, we would not even dream of venturing into having a university. So it needed to be God to inspire it and also to even encourage us to start. So, but apart from that, our own, the vision that God has put in my heart to raise leaders, I believe God just wanted to use this as another means of reaching out to people with the gospel of Christ, and through the means of education, input into them godly virtues, show them the way of Christ and the lifestyle of Christ, and Jesus kind of leadership, and in the process have good leaders for tomorrow. So the first indication was a revelation that came through a man of God around year 2001, who spoke about God using us to start a university. Of course, like I said, because of the finances involved, we just kept the prophecy somewhere. Of course, we did not take any major step. At that time, 2001, we just started the primary school year 2000. So, and the prophecy is coming year 2001 about university. Of course, we didn't, we kept it, and we just continued our ministry and our primary school. Year 2006, the college came up, that's the secondary school. But another revelation from another man of God came around 2015. And that one repeated what the earlier man of God, who is not even from Nigeria, from Ghana, it was like another confirmation year 2015. before somebody from within now saw a revelation of where the town and the exact location that the university will be in a revelation. And by divine guidance and circumstances falling in line with the will of God, we have found ourselves in the exact location that was seen in a vision. But now, talking about the peculiarity, number one is we want to produce godly graduates. Godly graduates. That's, the trend is our youth in the campuses being involved in different vices, sexual immorality, raping, cultism, and people involved in different kinds of dangerous drugs, and people that we intend to rely on as leaders of tomorrow. Right from the campus, they are already corrupted. But as God has helped us with the primary school and secondary school, the same way we are going to introduce a course which we have been treating in the secondary school called Vision and Leadership. And the content of Vision and Leadership have to do with godly principles, Christ-like principles, Christ-centered principles. So we teach the children on different aspects of leadership and vision. Make them to have a positive vision to help the society, to be disciplined enough to control yourself, and to be a leader to others. So that's the first thing, producing godly graduates. And the second one is put in them problem-solving mentality. We want them to look at the society and look at the problems that they can solve. I'm not impressed with people attending university and it's just about reading books and passing and getting certificates. Why would education exist and the graduates are not people that will solve the problems of the society, the problems we notice in society? So our own university wants to focus practically on problems in society, and while the students are in school, they must be thinking about how to solve the problems of the society so that education can be useful and meaningful, not just to give certificate, but to solve problems of the society. Can be educational problems, financial problems, problems with feeding, food. It can be problems with electricity. If you are solving the problems of the society, you are actually also attracting a source of income, because it is those who solve other people's problems, people will like to pay for it. And so we don't want our own students to be people that are just focused on collecting certificates and then running up and down the whole nation looking for salary paying jobs. We are going to give them the orientation right from entrance to begin to look at the society problems and begin to look for how you can use your education to solve those people's problems, meeting their needs. So from the onset, as you are entering the university, you begin to solve people's problems and make money for yourself. Education is not just collect certificate and running around. Somebody can repair and set, and people will pay for it. Somebody can provide maybe some food items within the school that some other people need. Somebody can train himself to sew clothes and solve problems of people within the school. So each student would meditate, would think, will make use of his capacity to solve problems of people around and people he's meeting in society. And with that, as we are solving their problems, they will be paying for it. And so before you graduate at all, you're already earning money. And by the time you come to the society, you're not looking for how to collect salary. You are already having you are looking at different problems in society that you can provide services to solve, and in the process, they will pay for your services. And so we are going to produce a group of graduates that are not desperately looking for jobs and looking for salaries. They are people that come out confidently, seeing the society as a society that they can master with their education and meet their needs, solve the problem of many people that are not going anywhere. You can meet their needs and they will gladly pay for your services. So we want our students to have that problem-solving mentality. Then we move to the third one, which is practical orientation. I am not comfortable with graduates of mechanical engineering. They come out and they cannot fix a car. Meanwhile, the roadside mechanics have confidence, fix the car, and they may be speaking wrong English. They might even be calling the name of the parts wrongly. But our own students know the correct names, but they are afraid they cannot handle simple engine, they cannot fix simple cars, and it's already having the titles mechanical engineer. So they are praising you, engineer, engineer, and you cannot do any engineering work. So we don't want that. We're going to have practical orientation. Every student must have some practical orientation. In fact, I have the intention that we are going to be inviting some of those so-called roadside mechanic, artisans. They will come in, the experienced ones. So apart from the theoretical knowledge, those people will come in, show them something. Sometimes the student will go out to meet some experienced people in their fields, and they would learn practical skills. And that is when what you are reading in your books will become meaningful. But if you just read and read and read and read and pass, you come out shaking in front of practical problems. That is not education. So we are going to make sure that our university is not theory-oriented. We want all the students to think practically. It's not education for just brain and book. It must be for something that is useful to the society. So that is the aspect of practical orientation. Every student in every field must be confident practically in the society to provide the knowledge that he has acquired in a useful, practical way. That's the third one. And the fourth one is, of course, we're going to have pursuit of research, relevant research. We're going to encourage research work, and that will require a lot of funding. We're going to raise resources to fund research. Education should solve problems of society. It's not just to have a big institution and people just they come out with graduating caps and hats, and they hold all these things in their hand, and then they ask them, help us do this one, and they cannot help. You say, I have electrical, electronics, or and help us with this. I don't know how to do it. I just finished passing. Passing what? What did you pass? You should be confident in handling those things. That's why a lot of research, and we are looking about raising different kind of lecturers for the school. That will not, so we have in categories, we have teaching professors. These are the usual class lecturers. Those ones will be providing the theory. Then we are going to have research professors. That is people that will initiate and oversee research projects. Then we are going to have practice professors. These ones will supply and supervise provision of practical training and skills to the students. So then, of course, we're going to have honorary professors. These are the ones I mentioned. I said people that may not even be so educated, but they have become experts in their skills and in their knowledge, and they are operating in the society. They are experienced people. There are some people who say, this one is very experienced in fixing batteries. This one is very experienced in fixing brakes. This one, they have different people. They say they are experts. We want to bring those ones and make them honorary professors that can bring that knowledge and those skills into the students. And when you combine their own skills and expertise with the theory or the theoretical knowledge that the students acquire, they will become very, very efficient. So that is what we have, what I mean by honorary professors. And in the society, I've seen different people, not so educated, but highly skillful. And they do very wonderful things. So when somebody has that knowledge and we allow him to come and supply his knowledge and his skills to the students that have only theoretical knowledge, it will be a wonderful combination. So that is it. Then the fifth one is producing graduates of international status. We don't want our own graduates to see themselves as local champions. No. Now we have means of interaction. So we want people, we are going to have, allow them to be exposed to the whole world. It's now, the world is now like a global village. It's just like a village, but we can connect ourselves. And so we're going to connect with other universities outside the nation, universities in the nation outside, the best all over the world. We want them to come to this place. We also would make use of resources all over the world, library, equipment. We are trusting God to have the right international connection. So our students will not just see themselves as Nigerians or graduating from one local university. Whatever anybody in London, US, Canada, anywhere in the world, whatever they are doing there, we want our students to have access to the relevant knowledge pertaining to their field, so that they are confident they can go anywhere in the world and perform excellently and be recognized. So you can see that we are not just talking about a university. We have our plans. And don't forget, I started with producing godly graduates. So godly, skillful, practical-oriented, problem-solving graduates that are confident that they can face anywhere in the world and succeed there. And they're also self-reliant. They are not going to be people running around for salaries. They will start earning right from their year one, because they are given orientation that think of how you can make money by solving societal problems. Maybe I should have mentioned that I'm a trained and qualified medical doctor by the grace of God. My wife is also a trained, qualified nurse, midwife, and somehow, not by deliberate searching for members that will be medical. It just, I think it's by divine arrangement. We are also surrounded by members that are medical doctors, pastors, medical doctors, nurses. We have them, pharmacists. We are surrounded by them somehow. And I've always had this desire that in this Okeogun, I'm not sure we have any college of nursing or college of medicine, but probably, I don't know, the Baptist mission in Shaki. There may be a nursing institution there. But I'm thinking about prioritizing a college of nursing. And in fact, if I had my way, if it were possible, I would have said it would be one of the first courses. But, it will take a lot of time. In fact, to have a standard facility in this region, apart from raising and training nurses, in the Okeogun, by the time we have a college of nursing that is standard, people will come from all over the world to read that course here. It will attract many people. There is a shortage of medical personnel and medical facilities in the entire region. Even I've heard some people saying that their children, they are learning how to be doctor somewhere. And, I wonder, I said they are learning how to be doctor and they are paying some money for it. And they say it with confidence. Wow, my son is learning how to be a doctor. He's now going to medical school and he's learning how to be a doctor. And they are saying it with confidence. They say if you try to correct it, it cannot be corrected. And, it might just be probably an auxiliary nurse kind of training. It's not even a qualified nurse training. It's just picking things here and there. But by the time we introduce standard school of nursing, college of nursing, and introduce some of those things, we are surely, by the grace of God, going to bring into that system. We cannot just be medical people for nothing. By God's grace, our own connections, we are going to use all our connections and knowledge to bring medical facilities and personnel to the university. It will be an important and integral part. And just like I said, it's practical orientation. That's why I was mentioning the issue of engineering. It's not just to come and cram things in engineering, but look at some of the things we are doing here. We are doing some recording. We are handling different equipment. Why will you just qualify? You cannot. You look at some of those things and they are strange to you. It's not a good thing. And these are the things that will attract finances or money for people in society. How will you record? How can I handle drone? How can I capture people? Even without being, you don't need to have gone specially. In this age where you can get a lot of information from internet, you can be trained on internet, you can be exposed to a lot of training, and you might be, we are trusting God for that kind of orientation that's why I mentioned engineering and some other practical aspect. But as for the medical, we are sure that with our own training and with our connections, that aspect will come up surely in a number of years from now by the grace of God. We were able to acquire, it should be over 300 acres of land, which have been secured, duly paid for. The major one by the road on the way from Ipapo to Okoka, that major one by the road, that is close to 300. But we have another one that we have not even moved to at all, and that is on the way to, it's a road, it's an untarred road to 2. We have some acres, I think about 60 acres or so on that side too. And concerning the progress, we have done the survey of the one by the road, the major ones that we have submitted to NUC. Our letter of intent has been submitted and approved and recognized by NUC, and other documents that are supposed to be submitted before we can start building, we have submitted. Documents like master plan, documents like university law. We have submitted all those documents. They have been seen, they have been approved, and we are now permitted to start building. And by the grace of God, we are starting off with 3 takeoff buildings: an admin block, some lecture halls, and maybe another faculty building. So we are starting off with those ones, and that is why today, for example, we are trying to have just an official program for the foundation laying. Work has been on for some time now to erect structures. By the time we have erected some structures, then we will invite NUC. NUC is already even calling us. Are we ready for the first visit? But we just want to make sure that we have some relevant things on ground before we invite NUC for the first visit. Well, our initial challenges getting to the present site was not that easy. The king first pointed out a particular piece of land, but the families involved rejected that. Second place also rejected, but the third place is like the family land of the king. When he saw that there was no choice, then he mentioned his own family land, which has been duly paid for. And in terms of acceptance, when we did a groundbreaking program around 2017, everyone attended. Every part of the society was represented. That was when we invited the current national president of PFN, and the president of Bishop Francis Walioke. At that time, the Muslims, the Christian community, the traditional worshippers, everyone was around, and the Muslim community was well represented. And even in this formal foundation laying program, we're going to have the Muslim community well represented. So it's a welcome development in the society. They have been looking for development of the society. And so the truth is that they never believed that the university project was a reality. They thought we just came to deceive them that in this town, in this society, you want to have a university. They felt it must be a lie. So many people were spreading wrong information around, even to the point of even insulting the king, that he must have been deceived. That you allowed some people to just deceive you, and you offered your own piece of land. They just deceived you. They want to build church, and you thought they were going to build a university. It's so easy to just get university done like that. We trust God. We know God is able. All things are possible with him, and we are connected to him. We are trusting him that all necessary funds for this project will come. So we have passed through those early challenges, but I must say that God has shown his mercy and favor to encourage us on this course, because it was we didn't pass through the challenges we have heard of that other people pass through. Like you get the land and you discover that it has been sold, and you have to come and repay. A very little issue took place like that. We paid a little money extra, but more by and large, it has been a smooth passage, both documentary aspect and the document aspect, and also the land issue has not been as turbulent as some other stories we have heard with some other people. Primarily, we call on God, but God will use people, and God has been using people. But we can also use this forum to appeal to members of the society. I want us to know that we are not looking at this as a money-making venture. We are looking at it as a problem-solving venture, meeting some needs in the society and solving major problems in the nation. You have seen how many students have been on strike. When many schools have been on strike because of lecturer strike, but private schools, it's like the big time you are starting, and you can almost 100% predict the time you are going to end. So it's something that is useful. We also want to trust God that it will not be something extremely expensive. We want it to be at affordable cost. It's not a money-making venture or business. So we appeal to people. You can support this venture. You can decide to come and build. You can build theaters. You can build lecture halls in your name or your family name. You can come. You can build these laboratories. You can help us to make the dream of College of Nursing a reality. You can build a major laboratory for the College of Nursing. You can build physics laboratory, chemistry laboratory, biology laboratory. Put your name to be like something that will immortalize your name or your family name forever. Buildings cannot be claimed by anybody. They stay there forever after everybody has gone. So this is an opportunity for people that in society, philanthropic people that God has blessed one way or the other. You can come around, build structures. Those of you that are interested in sports, you can build a mini stadium where people can use to encourage sports. There is a portion for that. Banks can come. It's an opportunity for banks to come and build. So there are many opportunities. But if you want to send money for the project, there is no end. We have some bank accounts that I'm going to announce to you shortly that you can send money to for funding of the project. It's, this, when you talk of university, it runs into billions and if not trillions. It's like there's no end. It's a massive piece of land that structures will have to come up very soon, but it depends now as the money comes in. So if you want to support this project, number one, you can send to this account, Divine Life University Endowment Fund, Divine Life University Endowment Fund, Guaranteed Trust Bank, GTB, 022 187 0881. Divine Life University Endowment Fund, GTB, 022 187 0881. Or Divine Life University Endowment Fund, First Bank Account, 203 089 5416. Divine Life University Endowment Fund, First Bank, 203 089 5416. Those are the two main accounts for the university. So even though the actual name is ZOE University, the ministry is Divine Life Ministry. And so that is the name by which we opened the account at the onset, before ZOE University as a name was approved by NUC. So, but those accounts are valid. You can send money to those accounts. There is no amount that is too big when it comes to university. If you send 100 million, we have people that will handle money with all honesty and judiciously to ensure that projects keep springing up. But if you want to use your own money your own way and build structures, we have the master plan. We can show you portions of the land that the project you have in mind should spring up. So people of Okeogun, this is the time to develop our area. People of Okeogun and other lovers of education. Because when you talk of university, people can come from Ghana. At least people travel to Ghana for university. People can come from Republic of Benin. Some of our people have gone to Republic of Benin for university. So people can come from Port Harcourt, Abuja, anywhere. Once it's a university that is recognized, approved, and has a high standard like we are going to have, so you can support this vision with your resources. And you can contact us also through any of our numbers. Let me also give you maybe two numbers. 0803 539 1665. 0803 539 1665. Also 0803 499 7244. 0803 499 7244. Using any of these two numbers, you can call us, get more information about ZOE University.